investigated the whole property, and the most active is the cafe and the theater.
I brought
Yes.
different places, and we'll turn this on, but does this actually work?
Yes.
It does.
Because you were picking up something
Yes,
earlier.
as soon as I turn it on.
Now you do have to keep in mind the meter. So they're used for electricians use them to find the wiring. But phones will set it off. Cell phones will set it off. Any kind of electrical
But how
equipment will
close
set
would
it
you
off.
have to be to it for
It
it
can set off a good 5, 6, 7 feet.
to reach a certain number?
No, the higher it goes, it's the closer it is to it. And if you put that like closer to your electrical, you'll see it go up. So,
Okay. I was going down the stairs and this thing was going off and I'm like freaking out. So I said, I'm going to ask her if this really works.
yes, they work. Ours is a little bit different, but any of those EMF meters will work.
Have you been to Trey Pierre? I think I'm in Lafayette.
Pierre's?
Yeah.
Yes. We did that years ago. We had some activity there, but they won't let anybody go back.
They won't let people go back.
We tried to go back, but they're afraid that the little girl ghost that's there, they don't want to, I guess, upset her.
I actually slept there one night. Saw her in the corner and she was mad at me. And she was dirty. We woke up to footprints on the wall. Dirty footprints.
Wow.
That were not there.
So it may not have been a dream. She may have been there, but you were in just like a sleep state.
Wow, it gives me goosebumps just talking about it. But yeah, she was not happy that we were taking pictures.
Really? So they don't like being taken.
It just depends. It just depends on the spirit.
It depends on the spirit.
Yeah. So some are fine with us being there. As a matter of fact, some places, the more we go, the more they interact with us. And there's some that let us know right away that they don't like us being there. So.
So what do they do if they don't want you
They can push you. They can touch you.
So a
they kind of
physical
scare you.
touch.
You could
Like
feel
it
it.
feels like
Oh,
just
yes.
like I'm touching you
Y'all
right
have
now.
yes.
had that before?
Oh,
Have
yes.
you felt it?
I've had, forgot where we were, but it felt like a feather
Really?
rubbing my arm. That's what it felt like.
And sometimes it will feel like a spider web. You know, when you walk
Now
into
she
a spider
actually,
web.
she actually
feel
got
it.
poked.
Oh, wow.
We were in Opelousas and
Yeah, we were
it was
doing
enough
the,
it startled her.
we were doing the St. Landry Parish Courthouse, which is known to have a lot of activity.
Yeah.
And we were up on the 3rd floor that used to be the old jail. And I was just trying to get somebody to interact with us, and I got poked on the back of the arm.
I've had one investigator pinched. We were in the church at, was it Vermilionville?
Yes.
And she was talking and she got pinched.
That
And you
doesn't run you away like, oh,
No, that makes us stay more.
Once y'all, yeah.
And you know, the church at Vermilionville is a replica. It's not an original building. So lots of times people think that it has to be something that's old or historical.
But when you sat down, you said a lot of houses have ghosts.
Oh, I think every place you go has spirits. Absolutely. There's all types of spirits because, you know, what people have to realize is spirits are just dead people, right? So if you were an evil person in life, horrible person, a negative person, that energy is going to be the same way.
Do you think they want to talk to you? Like, do you think
Some of them do.
They do?
Some of them want to be acknowledged.
Yes.
okay, talking about talking to you, what about those apps? I wrote down the name of it. Do they work? Can they actually talk to you through those apps?
Okay, so there's an app. Well, there's actually a box that's called a spirit box, and the
Thank
spirit
you.
box will go through channels on the radio. So it's very staticky, and you'll catch radio station snippets. But every once in a while, if you get a very clear voice, you can say, I tend to lean more toward I need a sentence or a phrase to come out to say that it's a spirit. Now, I will say this. There's been several investigations we've gone on where our investigator, Trisha, will say, can you say my name? And clear as day, I will say Trisha.
That happened the
So
other
it's
night.
very hard to say that's a radio station. That's a big coincidence, you know. Or we actually have a recording I'll play for y'all later. We were at a house in Lafayette that was having a lot of issues. And we were in the back bedroom and we heard walking in the attic. So I said, are you in the attic? If you're in the attic, come down here and talk to us. And we heard some walking, and one of the other ones said, where are you, or something to that effect, and you hear clear as day in the attic on the spirit box. So it does work.
So those apps.
Some of them do. Some of them do, but you have to realize that some of those, especially the ones that have the words that come up,
Yeah.
those are built to have a vocabulary of words. And if you say a certain word, it may pull a word that's similar. And I'll tell you that we were on an investigation, and I said, I'm a teacher. And this lady next to me got so excited. It was actually one of our ghost hunts classes. And she got so excited because she had one of those apps, and she said, Marci, look, it says educator. And I said, well, it's because I said teacher. So a lot of those,
But the talking ones,
the ghost box is
that's scary because we had that in my house. I think I have a ghost. It was talking to us through that thing.
What was it saying?
My son had a DJ. I need to get him the phone. But I want to say it said my name,
well,
which
pretty
is
interesting.
scary. Yeah.
Oh, the spirit has a crush on you?
Yeah.
And spirits have crushes?
they can attach to a certain person.
They can.
Absolutely.
I like
yeah.
Donna. Something like that.
Well, you are amazing.
Oh my God.
Y'all definitely need to come with us on a ghost hunt.
Absolutely.
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We need to
There's
schedule
so
one for
much fun.
Centerville.
Yes,
That's pretty close to them, I
it
think.
would be pretty close to them.
So y'all know places that are pretty much
Definitely.
definitely have a ghost spirit.
100%.
There's a place in Centerville, and I called the EVP. I was in the second floor in one of the bedrooms by myself. There was no one else on the floor. And I asked, what is your name? Well, I didn't hear it at the time. When I played the EVP back, you didn't hear it. A woman, very southern drawl, and she says Georgia.
I use my cell phone, actually. I put it on airplane mode, so make sure if you're ever investigating, your phone is on airplane mode. And I record on my memos. But we have different devices to record on to see if we get the same thing on different devices.
Wow.
So we may have a camera, you know, that records, that has audio. She has a great recorder that she records on. I use my phone. Some of the other ones just use the small digital recorders. So we
So you
use.
could pick it up and everything.
Yeah.
So taking a picture, does it really work? Will you see something? Can you catch something
With the orbs.
So
Is that not right?
you're
She
right.
doesn't believe in orbs.
So
You didn't believe in them at first?
no, I don't
Okay.
believe them.
Oh, you don't
No.
believe at all?
No?
So no, orbs are 99% dust, moisture, bugs,
Okay.
anything like that that's in the atmosphere. We've been to houses where people swear they've cleaned their house spotless, and their house looks amazing. But you always have dust.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how clean your house is. So an orb is really going to emit its own light. In other words, it's going to look like a ball of light floating around in your room. It's not going to be something
You'll
that
see it
you're
with
going to
your eyes.
capture really on. You can. In other words, if I saw a ball floating around in here right now, I could record it 100% or take a picture. But you're going to see it with your own eyes. So when you see these shows and you see a lot of people posting things that show all these, I have 15 orbs in my,
Yeah.
it's dust.
Probably dust or
And if they're
or little
outside, it's moisture. We like the hard evidence. We like where we actually get recordings, where we actually have our equipment manipulated because we're not doing it. So something's touching that to set it up, you know.
Do y'all have any pictures? Are y'all doing okay, Spirits?
Yes, we're good. Thank you. That was a question I had. So people call you to come to the house.
Yes.
Do you go to just identify, yes, it's something here, or do you get the spirit? Do you cleanse the house?
It depends on what they want.
So you can cleanse the house if they're asked, can you clean it?
We can. We have a medium that we will call to come in. One of our clairvoyants can cleanse. So we can if they want us to, but the best thing to do is to have the person who owns that place do it. Because if we come in and do it, we're not the owners. So it needs to be the people that live there because it's their place. So they need to be the ones to say, you're not allowed here, this is my home. Or, you know, if you're not going to cause any problems, you can stay, but if you do, you got to go, or whatever the situation is.
Anybody can talk to them and say, please leave.
You don't.
You're not welcome. And be able to ask.
But if it's the homeowners, it's better.
What if it's an evil spirit? You think they're going to listen to the homeowner? Do you need to go an extra step?
Well, I think it depends on the homeowner. If you're a strong person and you're willing to fight that battle, the way I put it many times is it's like a toddler who wants a cookie, and you say no, you're not getting that cookie. So then they throw a temper tantrum. Continue to say no, and you put your foot down, no matter how much they cry or throw a temper tantrum. You keep your foot down on it. They eventually give up. Don't think you're strong enough to do that, or maybe you've tried it and it's still there, whatever's there. Then you can reach out to, you know, your priest. You can reach out to a demonologist. We've reached out to Jeremy Leonard many times. He was on the Ghost of Morgan City. He's local. He's out of Brunch, I believe. And so we've reached out to him to help us before. So I guess it just depends on if you're able to do it and stay strong to do it.
You can be strong.
And I don't know, your boyfriend may not want to leave. I don't know.
Yes, that's very true.
He might not.
He may like it there.
I think he does. I can't get him to leave. He followed me from out of there.
What makes you think it's a male?
I think the feeling. I think the feeling.
Okay, the masculine presence.
Yeah, I don't know.
Might be there with-
creeping me out. Okay.
Right.
So maybe something.
Or a piece of antique furniture?
Well, that's delicious.
It's good. It is good.
They said that was one of their, these are the three dishes they recommended.
To that or all right, thank you. Yeah, the sandwich is delicious. Definitely good. It's so beautiful out here.
It is. It's gorgeous.
Did you get coffee?
I did.
If you want.
You want some chips?
I will say that
It's good.
It's good.
Just huge lumps of crunch.
Try it.
That is amazing.
I will say that the times we've been here, the house was not as active. Right here,
Right here.
this, and that theater is where we got all the action. And nobody would have thought the theater. And again, I love those kind of things because the first time we came, everybody said the house, the house, the house, the house. And we got most right to be here. And I said, hey, can we go in the theater? And they said, sure, but it's newer, you know. And I said, it doesn't matter.
And that's what you like to hang out?
Maybe they like the movies.
I mean, if I was there, I'd hang out at the theater too and look at all the food.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they're looking at everybody eat and then they get to watch
A movie.
Yeah.
Dinner and a movie.
I know.
I have that EVP of the one that says in the attic on the spirit box. Did you hear it?
Yeah. Yes.
You just hold it up to your ear. And you'll hear it clear as day.
Oh.
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Wow. I wonder if
It's clear as day. Just press the play button and hold it up to your ear.
That's spooky.
in the attic. That was not a person, that was the ghost.
Yeah.
That clear?
Yeah.
That clear?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We've gotten very clear EVPs before.
I mean, it sounded like an alive person.
We were at one house and we asked, how old are you? And I caught it on my recorder.
Yes.
And another investigator caught it on her recorder. It was a child and said 5. Clear as day. In fact, she even heard it out loud.
Wow.
Because she asked who said 5, and we were like, we didn't say anything. And you heard 5 clear as day.
We're at Centerville Steamboat Inn. Melinda and I were upstairs in one of the bedrooms. And our little Boo Bell was going off. We'll introduce Boo Bell to y'all in a minute. And we heard a child.
Really?
Not on our recordings. Like we heard her giggling.
And no one was there?
Just adults.
Just y'all? Wow.
Would a ghost like ever be seen as if it was a person?
Does it always look like a light, or is it like a, you're saying like a
Like a full body apparition?
Right.
Oh yeah.
It kind of felt like that.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I've seen shadows. I've never seen many shadows. I would love to see a full body apparition. I've seen shadows.
Shadows. I've seen the black shadows.
And we've had clients send us pictures of their security cameras of people they don't know that are in their house. And of course, we definitely listen to our clients, and we go up there to try to either debunk it or to say, yeah, there's something here. But we can't use theirs unless we are 100% that's really what they call it. Where we actually do recordings, where we actually have our equipment manipulated, because we're not doing it, so something's touching that to set it off.
think about the slime? Do you think I was slime?
It's a possibility.
Was that?
Like ectoplasm. Yeah.
So that means something bad's there? What does that mean? You follow me?
That's the one that's living there now.
Yeah. He likes you a little more than just visiting, maybe.
He put his scent on me.
He's tracking you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared. I'm not going home.
It's nothing to be scared of. They're not out to harm you.
I wanted to actually, what do you think about people? Don't mess
No,
with
absolutely not.
I don't.
Always as a kid. We used to have, me and my friends, we used to do the little seances and, try to call upon spirits and the Ouija board is true. It can really move.
It does?
It does move.
Well,
It can move across the board.
that probably invites people spirits.
Well, we were invited.
Maybe that's why that spirit's been following you since you were a child.
Maybe it's following.
Maybe so.
I got a new boyfriend.
Did you ever get slimed?
That's over here. No, but I used to as a child. That's what it was like fun. We all sit with the knees together and the Ouija board.
I didn't invite. You have to invite them.
Would you need to invite a man besides
One house we went to, they had the pentagram drawn on the floor.
So any kind of rituals, things like that. You know, sometimes kids think they're just doing fun things by doing rituals like that. But you don't know what. But you really don't know what is waiting there to come through. You know, teenagers lots of times will read something somewhere or see it on whatever Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media they look at, and lots of times they'll think that's kind of cool. Let's try that. But you don't know what you could be inviting in just because it's fun or it's. And then once it's there, you don't know how to get rid of it. So you have to be very careful with that. And we've been to locations where we've been told or somebody's felt that there was some kind of ritual going on, some type of black magic or something.
I worry about a spirit getting inside of you. That's what I worry about. Because like the exorcism or something.
Don't they have to be invited?
You have
I
to
think if
invite
you're
them
a
in.
strong
You have
person,
to
a strong personality, I don't think that's going to happen.
You have to conjure a lot of that kind of stuff up.
I guess it's the movies that make you think that.
Well, the movies add a little flair, of course, to sell the movie. And a lot of paranormal shows will do a lot of that too, of course, because you want the fan base. Now, I can't say that there are several that I absolutely 100% believe as real, not just because some of the people I know and I've worked with, so I know that they're not making a lot of it up, but the movies want to sell tickets.
Right.
There you go.
Not that it's ever, hurt anyone.
Right.
But I will say, one day when we were asleep, my husband and I were sleeping, the bed broke in half. We were not doing anything crazy, okay?
I was gonna ask, are you sure that was a spirit?
Nothing was happening but sleeping, okay?
Okay.
In the middle of the night, it cracked in half. It's a wooden bed. I was scared to death to go back to sleep. It scared the crap out of me, y'all.
And the bed broke.
Yeah, the side I sleep on.
Well,
It was cracked. A wooden bed. Could they do? My question is, could they do something that with wood, like crack
I
it?
mean, I guess if they drew enough energy, they could do it. They move things, so it's a possibility. Now, there's also a possibility that
The bed's old.
it was worn in one area. There's a possibility you're not telling us the truth, and maybe something else was going on.
I'm
besides
telling
sleeping.
y'all, it was just sleeping happening. I'm telling you, there was nothing happening in the middle of the night. Can you imagine sleeping and in the middle of the night?
That's kind of that would scare me a little bit. See, I'm more afraid of like that kind of thing, or the living people, than I am the ghost.
Do you have any ghost friends? Like ones that you like to go revisit?
Oh yeah, we love to go back to Centerville. We like to do the courthouse in
Can you talk
Opelousas.
to the same ghost?
We don't know if it's the same ghosts because we can't see them, but we can ask once we start getting names. We can go back and say, you know, is Georgia here again with us? Is, you know, whoever, Susie here with us?
Do they ever ask you questions?
We've never caught them asking a question on a recorder. But we have a lot of fun. We're very serious about what we do. And I think we're really, I hate to say it, but I think we're really the best teams in Louisiana. We have chapters all over the state. But we're very serious about what we do. We do try to debunk to a location that there's not a whole lot going on. We'll kind of, you know, cut up a little bit and try to, and you know, too, us just sitting and talking and laughing, sometimes we'll get more responses than when we go in serious and have a set of questions that we're asking, and almost like you're in an interview.
Right.
You know, but like here, like we're doing, where we're just talking and visiting, but we're still recording.
Right.
There's lots of times when we'll get a lot of evidence that way because they're entertained by it, you know. So we try to do a little bit of both. We kind of go in serious at first, kind of go through the steps and the routine, and then we'll let loose a little bit.
So when I play this back, we might have a noise in the background.
Yeah. If there's a ghost eating dinner at lunch with us, can you say your name?
Tags along.
Can you say your name and you're going to hear Mike? Well, at least you'll know who it is, right? They'll contact us over and over and over again for a situation, and we try to let them know that you can try to get rid of it by cleansing it yourself or calling a priest. But the more you let it consume you and you entertain it, I mean, it's not going to go. So it's getting your attention, right?
Giving your boyfriend so much attention, Donna, might leave you alone.
Exactly.
I had the house saved, so hopefully it's going.
I like the pasta.
Delicious.
It is, huh?
Everything's good.
Yeah, this is good.
It is.
Yes. I think the food is definitely high quality.
Oh, it's very good.
I mean, huge checks in front.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and fresh.
We'll definitely show you the equipment, some of the equipment we use.
Right.
Some of the equipment we use is a lot of it. It's heavy, like the cameras and all that. So I didn't bring those in, but definitely show you Boo Bell. I mean, Boo Bell's she's the star of Louisiana Spirits. So you definitely have to meet Boo Bell.
To point to the ladies. The left hand pointed and then the right hand.
They're pointing over here.
They pointed at you.
Oh, me?
Jefferson Island stands
I think there's a child in here also who plays with the ball.
Raised high above the surrounding
Can you
area.
point to these ladies here, to
Joseph
my left?
Jefferson, a prominent stage actor at this time, was looking for a warmer haven for his family. And while working in New Orleans, found out that this unique
point to the
property
ladies
was
with
available
us?
and bought it for a place to hunt and fish. Adding to the island's mystique, it was believed that the pirate Jean Lafitte buried some treasure on the island.
I'm trying not to blind you,
Subsequently,
but
a chest of gold and silver coins were discovered near the twin live oaks in the yard of the mansion.
Go ahead. There you go. There you go. Keep going.
is it pointing?
Keep going.
Jefferson was best known for the dramatic portrayal of Washington Irving's fictional Dutch farmer Rip Van Winkle, who went deep into the woods and fell
You point to
asleep.
these ladies right here.
20 years
My left hand
later,
is.
to find his children
left hand's
grown
pointing to him?
and his wife dead.
His hand. Can you move it?
Jefferson believed the play would be successful because it was a uniquely American story. He traveled around the country to sold-out audiences in his railway car with his acting
Hey.
crew. This This success allowed him to buy homes in Massachusetts, and Florida, and in this lovely and still wild South Louisiana paradise.
It's something over there.
What is that?
Approximately 3,600 acres
Yeah,
for
I heard it.
$28,000.
That was the rim pod.
Contracted with George.
You're in here and you just made that noise and you're moving the sticks around. Can you touch another device? Another tool we have in here?
Social events here on the island.
We have a baby.
You want to try it?
Gardens
Go ahead, Donna.
and Winkle Gardens.
I've actually,
Mr. Bayless was named
right there.
for the chameleon flowers he grew on the island.
Oh, it is.
Staying in the garden
That's
in the 1960s.
Are y'all
December 20th of 1980, a day that started like any other on this island paradise, soon turned to tragedy.
Off again.
All of a sudden,
That's the chair that I was getting in yellow.
1.6, 1.4. 1.1, 9.
Developed in Lake Peigneur, created a
Put your elbows
150
steady.
waterfall. Something
Move
unheard
as
of.
level as you can. Can you move the dowsing rod again? This is Miss Donna.
Although there were over 50 miners underground at the time of the tragedy,
Can you make it
miraculously,
spin around?
no one was killed.
Thank you.
When the dust settled, I say the water settled. It's concluded by many experts
Wow.
that an oil company had pumped
you feel it?
salt
it's pointing at me.
Can you feel the pressure when it turns?
into the mine, causing the tragedy.
Okay, now if you separate your go. Look. Oh, wow. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Move those. Go ahead, spin them around. It's okay. It's okay.
See, I'm not setting it off. Look.
The house and
Isn't that incredible? I love those things.
You have to look.
Jefferson
And this-
lies within.
Get really, really close and it'll go all the way to
They are
red.
the live oak trees of Jefferson Island. Survivors
You
of
have to give
countless
them directions
storms and
because they
hurricanes.
don't know what this
Their
is.
is concealed by the
know.
Brunch Spanish.
What's that? That's the other one.
1.1, but it's going off.
These huge underground columns of salt, called salt domes,
You don't have to be afraid. We're just here
millennia,
visiting.
form 5 islands, which are equal distance
We're not going to hurt you or disturb you in any way. We just want to visit.
Avery Island, Weeks Island, and Cote Blanche. Because of their unique
There's a child in here. Can you touch one of our tools?
raised high above the surrounding area.
Can you touch the balls on the floor or what about you?
There you go. Thank you.
Warm winter haven
Can you
for
feel
his
the
family.
pressure?
And while working in the
Thank
world,
you. Look how sweet. Thank you.
was available and bought it for a place to hunt and fish. Adding to the island's
Is that the
mystique,
doll?
It was believed that pirate John buried some treasure on the island. And subsequently, a chest of gold and silver coins were discovered near the twin.
Look at that. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
It was on this trip that Bayless discovered Jefferson.
I'm a kindergarten teacher.
Mr.
I
Bayless,
teach kindergarten.
Jones, a Kentucky business associate, along with Mr. McElhaney, formed a partnership to purchase the property initially as a hunting preserve.
Yes.
The Kentucky Blue
Yes, that was Miss Donna.
under the island.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
The salt under Jefferson Island
What's that?
was found to be some of the purest salt in the world.
Wait, they both go
This is going off.
This one's going
Became a
off.
highly profitable business for decades to come, producing one.
They're communicating.
Right.
Had a waitress in the waitress area. Was walking past, her name was Angel, and we used to have a little book in the waitress area, like a lot of books. And there was a book of Joseph Jefferson. And when she was passing, the book just flew out at her. And I was like in the kitchen, I saw it through that little thing. And she's like, Angel, maybe Joseph Jefferson don't like you because he sure threw a book at you. And it was his book. And we actually used to have a print of him on the glass. I don't know if they ever told you that.
I don't know if they told me. Yeah, the face print.
Yes. And it lasted for a while, but it was like, it was the perfect example. But that was like strange. Met some days where plates and flew off.
Wow.
This stuff that happens in the
Oh
kitchen.
no, they told me a lot of things, and when we investigated, I think you were here that one time. Yeah, We had a lot of stuff happen here. We
Yeah.
had one of our instruments
But it was
sitting
never-
on that wooden, right when you come out of the kitchen right there,
Yeah.
there's that wooden bar. It was sitting there and I put it down and I was standing there with one of my investigators and we were talking and out of the corner of my eye I saw it slide and I just in time put my hand and caught it, but it was being pushed off of the wooden thing. They said y'all have had cups fly out of
Oh
them.
yeah, we
Yeah.
dishes. We come in the morning and we know how everything is closing after, and there'll be stuff on the floor,
yeah.
stuff moved around,
That's
and,
awesome though.
but it's never been anything to bother anybody, you know. So
Yeah, I definitely don't think there's anything bad here. It's just
No, we do.
happy spirits, or maybe they like your cooking in there.
If someone needs help and they think they might have a ghost in their home,
Through our Facebook page, Louisiana Spirits, or they can get in touch with us at www.laspirits.com, and they can fill out a form, and it's free for us to come out and investigate and help any families that feel like they need any help.
and is there a long wait? Like, do you have if someone would contact you, how soon could they get your service?
It just would depend on what we have on our calendar right now. If it's a case that's severe or if children are involved, we usually will move other things around to help those people. But if it's just a routine, maybe investigation where no children are involved, we fit it into our calendar.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all again for coming out.
No, thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.